Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to one and to all. Happy Saturday to my Facebook family and those on YouTube. It is another surprisingly beautiful day, at least in my neck of the woods. Prayerfully, it is for you as well. The sun is out. It's shining and beaming. So make sure, if you are able, that you get out and enjoy and have your bodies and spirits nourished with nature's vitamin D. But make sure you protect your skin as well. You do not want to have direct sunlight cover your skin without it being protected. Because as we know, it can not only dry out your skin, but can cause other issues in the future. So in keeping up with your health regimen, make sure you have on your sunscreen, sunglasses, and those that like to carry the umbrellas to help take away some of the beams from the sun, and those beautiful little hats or caps for the gentlemen. Anyway, I would like to start by thanking my members, and I am hoping, because I did receive an email this morning, and those of you who have had the experience of dealing with YouTube support, it can be very daunting, but hang in there. Things will move. It may move slowly, but it will move. Also, thank you to my mods, my subscribers, and anyone that takes the time to come out and listen. I briefly went over an upcoming business showcase. So make sure your subscriptions are on, because this is a panelist I don't think many of you would want to miss. And again, this is open to those on YouTube who are entrepreneurs, small or moderate business owners, those that offer master classes, those that sell items from their home, such as candles or soaps, those that have merchandise, such as t shirts, trucker hats, mugs, things of that nature. Anything you would like to present, because this is free advertising, you are welcome. Just make sure you leave that information in the comment section, or you may email me at thegreenjarsmoothie@gmail.com. Again, that is thegreenjarsmoothie, one word, at gmail.com. I put up 2 slides earlier. I'm going to start, as I normally do, with a quick reading, and they always tie in. That's how you know how the Spirit works. And it's from the book of Proverbs 16 and 24. Gracious words are a honeycomb. Thank you, Jerron. Sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Again, gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Now, this week has been, at least from I've gathered, seen and observed on the YouTube streets, a definite seesaw and whirlwind. Some, of course, we know is entertainment. Others, not so much entertainment. And we have to remember and be cognizant the true power of words. And I'll put those slides up one more time, just as a reference. Let me get this comment off really quickly. There we go. The power of words, a life. And remember, our life here, when you look at the broad scope, is very short. So embrace it and savor every moment. A life can be changed forever with as little as a single phrase or an uplifting word. In your next letter, and for the purposes of YouTube or any social media post, consider the power of your words and make a mark that will last a lifetime. In other words, make a concerted effort that the words or posts that you use impact others in a positive way, especially those that believe in legacy living. Legacy living is, of course, leaving behind a legacy for your family, friends, and loved ones. Now, we all know we can become flustered, disappointed, angered at what we may see and hear from others. And while it may be difficult, And I'm taking my own advice. Oftentimes we have to dig deeper and consider the source. When we see, hear, or read negative comments, take action when it's applicable. Take action when your name and livelihood is at stake. But never let that hinder your growth and goals that you have for not only yourself, but your family and following. Because trust and believe, even though you may not receive a response, people are listening. Not only that, they're watching. As I've mentioned before, you are known for not only the words that you speak, but the behavior that follows. And it is important, at least from my vantage point, that they both align. You can test that really quickly by looking at some of your favorite content creators for consistency, what they may say their message is about, but you rarely see content that is in alignment of what they say. My content is all over the place, but one thing for sure, and two for certain, it's consistent. And I also implore those to fact check. While I may have experience and knowledge in a few areas, I do not know everything, nor purport to know everything. In fact, I believe it is wise to follow those who have an array of knowledge that can help pull you up and where you can glean knowledge from them and then share it with those that follow you. That's how you uplift and build, not tear down and divide. There are some that you can talk to until you are blue in the face. And until they are ready to change, there's not much you can do other than, if you're one who believes in a higher power, pray for them. The old adage is, hurt people hurt people. And that's absolutely true in many cases. Then you have those that are sent by the adversary. And anything, in my opinion, that comes from the higher power does not include chaos nor confusion. You will never have to doubt nor question if a proposition is made to you or if you're introduced to someone or something. Good morning, Patricia. Happy Saturday. Prayerfully, all is well with you. You will never have to question because it is devoid of any confusion or chaos. Good morning, Carl Belton. Happy Saturday. I have met through social media, more so on my Facebook platform, some wonderful people. Many, actually, I would say 90% are strangers. And then 10% are those that I actually know from school or work or business interactions. YouTube, I do not know anyone personally. However, there are some that have been extremely helpful, and the help has been altruistic. And that is without expecting anything in return. Unfortunately, in our culture and some others, but I'm focusing on our culture for today. And this is what the Business Showcase panelists and I discussed. We always search or seek a discount, a freebie, a handout. Now, do not get my words wrong. There are times we all need help, assistance, and guidance. Lord knows I have. But at the same time, that should be reciprocated. I've said many times, I have helped many people prior to my becoming a little bit more ill, where there were certain things I wasn't able to do. And you would actually see the change in these people that you've helped. The regular phone calls would slowly disappear. The check-ins would also slowly disappear. One, in my opinion, does not need a huge following because to me, that can cause more trouble than good. You should want or aspire to have a team of team that are assets to not only you, but your brand. And those that you find to be liabilities, there is nothing wrong with cutting that proverbial umbilical cord. When you hear the same negative, toxic energy over and over and again, as the title states, words are extremely powerful. It is also said and written, life and death can be in the power of the tongue. So please be mindful of what you speak, especially when it comes to life and death, because it is no joke. Take a look around, and if you listen, and pay attention to certain words, and if you truly understand the meaning of those words and the root from which they come, if they are a place and come from a place of darkness, and if you continuously repeat those words, you're actually giving them more power. You're actually chanting these words. You really need to think about that. Deron B., can you please make sure you have those conversations outside of these broadcasts? I'm speaking about a particular topic. This is not about a wrench. So, again, you have been extremely helpful and appreciative. But if you are one who is concerned about a wrench, please let me know. I'll give you a moment to respond. This may have a delay, so I'll give it a couple of more moments. Now, how I decide the question or statement was, I'm speaking about the power of words. And the chat can converse, but this is not about a wrench. And as I said, you have been extremely helpful and supportive, and I appreciate that. But this is not about a wrench. And if a wrench is more important to you than the platform or the host, let me know. Because I have found that many that have come to this platform were not sincere. And I've also noticed there are some, men and women included, that will be in other people's chats, bigging them up, but they'll go into other chats and disparage them. And if those people can do that to others, the probability of that happening to me, because it already has, is extremely high. And I do not want that here. You can support, but if I entrust you with a wrench and I see and detect behavior that I personally do not agree with, it is my choice of who I entrust that with. I've had this discussion before, and I truly would like not to have it again. We are all grown. I believe the majority of us is over 30. Moderators are there to do just that, to support the platform and protect the integrity of the platform. If you are in another person's chat, as I mentioned, bigging them up, and then you go to the quote unquote ops and you engage in the mockery of the same person that maybe an hour earlier you were bigging up, that's a problem to me. And I've noticed that with men and women. And again, I want this platform to be as clean as possible. That does not mean there won't be people that disagree, but it's the people that are disingenuous that I've noticed. And when I notice that, I have to take action to protect myself. So hopefully that answers any questions and that is clear. There have been too many threats, too many instances of harassment. And if I feel that my messages are not being supported, I'll moderate myself. So hopefully that's clear. Well, Deron, if that were the case, you could have asked me that. We've had this conversation before. The same respect that you give males that you moderate for, please extend the same respect to me on my platform when you're here. You don't show up much. And even though the memberships are on pause, one of the perks are The platform, whenever you feel as though you need or want to speak, is yours for as long as you need. That's what you paid for. That hasn't changed. So again, I don't say much, but I observe a lot. I've observed people say that they're large supporters, but still haven't supported my lupus effort, but they supported someone else yesterday. Again, people are free to do what they want to do, but I watch and I observe and I take appropriate action to protect myself and my brand. Good morning, Jerron. How are you?
Good morning. I'm a little bit sleepy. I was up all night actually. I just wanted to clear the air. It paused like my video, so I heard you speaking during the stream, and then it like lagged me behind, so I didn't get to really see what happened. But no, I just thought Carl had his wrench back, so I thought it was YouTube messing with him again, or just I don't know, the semantics that goes on during um I don't know, the YouTube streets. But no, that was the only reason why I wanted to come up. I just wanted to clear that. I just thought he had his rinse back, and I thought it got removed. Certain people were able to like be in the chat, and then like you couldn't see him. So I thought it was one of those type of instances. Someone was
And
just messed up
actually,
with the channel.
actually, that is still happening. There were people that were subscribed
Hmm.
and they appear not to be. And that is why I mentioned, and I said yesterday, well, early this morning, for the business showcase to make sure your subscriptions are on
Yeah.
because this will be on a subscribers only mode. It may not be throughout the entire broadcast, but for the majority, because this is a professional woman. She has a lot to offer, especially to those that are seeking or who may want to have a podcast. I do not want this platform and especially that broadcast to be tainted whatsoever. And as far as renters are concerned, that is something that is not huge to me. It is something that I have given out to entrust people to protect the integrity of this platform. And as I said, if I notice, and I'll add this word, if I notice a pattern of a male or female being in a particular chat, bigging them up, but then going to others, and that turns to disparaging remarks or mocking, that shows me that there's some behavior there that's questionable. Again, you're welcome to go to any platform or chat that you want in any sector. I don't have a problem with that. But if I give you a wrench, that means I'm entrusting you to protect the integrity of this platform. And if you can smile and big up someone else, but then go into a quote unquote ops chat and then egg on or join in the mocking or disparaging remarks, how can I believe and trust you won't do the same to me? Because that's been done to me by females. that were on this platform and no longer here. So the same way that you are protecting the integrity of males that you are mods for, respect my choices and what I do as far as wrenches are concerned. I have no issue with you. You have been, from what I've seen thus far, loyal and supportive. But what I do forward, I have to make those decisions upon what I see and what I observe. And those
Right.
people know how to get in contact with me. And if they want to have a discussion about it, we can do that. But again, I don't just give and then take. I have to watch for a while. And if I've already mentioned it, that I've
Hmm.
observed it, and it continues, it's not a mistake. Once, maybe, but if it's a pattern, that's not a mistake. That's showing who you are, in my opinion. Now, if I'm wrong, then we can have a discussion about that. But that is my stance.
Right, right, right. And yeah, I didn't mean to come off as trying to dictate your channel or anything of that nature. I know it can sound different through text rather than, going straight to the point as in having a conversation. So I just wanted to say I apologize about that. But yeah,
No, you're fine.
I was running the YouTube streets. I don't know if you saw, but I was on a panel, and I get the you gotta keep looking over both of your shoulders when it comes to even just giving out a wrench, because we have people who would go to the extent of paying for a wrench. So I definitely hear where you're coming from, and I didn't want to come off as sounding strange in the chat or just doing this because I have a wrench.
Oh, absolutely. And I had heard that before about people paying for renters. I don't do that here. I
Hmm.
mean, I've already got um, lies being told now about this fundraiser being a scam, and hopefully, people, well, there are some that are going to believe anything that they hear without even taking time out to research it, which to me is absolutely ridiculous. But that's people. You cannot change them. And I'm not going to expend any more energy than I need to do that. The information is there. And again, anyone that has a fundraiser or anything, again, people that have sent cash apps, they go directly to the Lupus Foundation, especially when they put on there, that's what that's for. That is why I put the link in where you can donate directly to them. That way, there will be no confusion whatsoever. And those individuals that do that will receive something automatically back from the Lupus Foundation that indicates they are a 50, 503c, and it has their ID number on there. Everything that's verifiable. Again, their address is 2021 K Street, Northwest, Washington, D.C. Those that have an issue of the validity, they're welcome to Google, call the number. You can Google and see, if you search teens, my name, and you'll see your names on there as well. And those that I have placed on there that have supported as honorary members. So I've done my part and proving this is not a fraud nor scam. Never has been, never will be. This is about health. A lot of people have passed away because of that. So for me to sit there and even think about scamming people for something that I'm fighting every day, that would say a lot about me. And Some people may not care about their name or reputation, but because I've been an advocate since way back in early 2000, I'm not going to taint that, nor will I allow anyone to taint that. So
Hmm.
hopefully that's clear to those that are starting those rumors and continuing those.
Yeah, and like I said, homie, I just wanted to clear up the air. Like I said, I was running these YouTube streets, and I know how they can get as far as wrenches, as far as narratives, as far as your you having to defend your name or clear your name. So yeah, I didn't want to interrupt your show. I want you to know that I support you and all the other lupus warriors and anyone who um, has an uncurable disease, because I know that just living it takes courage. So I know that I wouldn't want to just necessarily make the world harder on anyone um, necessarily, but I will um, speak for myself in this instance. I like to give people a taste of their own medicine, as far as if I was raised, my mom always raised me the way as in if they hit you, you hit them back. But I know now, being a content creator, um, you have to be careful because people like to set these narratives and make you look a certain way if you don't have your evidence ready and your receipts ready. So yeah, I didn't want to dictate your show. I just wanted to say salute. And I was behind in the video because it lagged my audio. But no, I was just thinking something might have happened technical difficulty wise.
No, there are some technical difficulties, but as I said, hold on really quick. Let me read Jade's comment. No, Duran, you're good. Absolutely. I saw you last night and I see that you support those that have entrusted you with a wrench. Nobody has paid for a wrench here. Um, Unfortunately, and much to my surprise, a lot of people that have come here
Hmm.
did so, in my opinion, with intentions that were not good, that I learned later, or because, and I hate to use that catchphrase, and I'm not, I'll just say, because there are people that they may prefer over others, that has affected my platform, especially
Gotcha.
when it comes to moderators, which to me, in my opinion, it is wrong. But again, I cannot think or make choices for anyone. And again, it's more so females that I've noticed that will pretend that, oh, it's the same thing over and over, but you're the same one that are in everybody else's chats and you're encouraging the same bad behavior. So I've returned, as I've mentioned, or refunded those membership fees. And again, the majority of the ones that were members, they were only 99 cents. I mean, that's less than a cup of coffee. They're refunded. So they don't need to be here. I don't want that energy here. So let
Okay.
me read Jade real quick. She says, sorry, I meant you're telling the truth. It's a lie. You aren't scamming anyone. More people need to speak up. Absolutely. I mean, I've had this happen so many times. I was told, and I'm not going to mention her name, she has enough going on. But I actually heard where this idiot said that there was a RICO case out because um, this channel is frauding people with a fundraiser. And to me, that's laughable because they don't even know what the element of a RICO is. Number two, those things last forever. But there is one going on. That started way back in February. But this person is using a fake profile and has threatened and harassed people online. So make that make sense. Just like the individual yesterday, Pennywise. I don't play that with any men or any women. So again, if I entrust you with the wrench and I see your behavior, and again, everybody should laugh and joke. That doesn't mean you agree with everything. Laughter is truly medicine. You know that. You experience that with your family members and what you shared on my platform. We need laughter really to help us get through. At least I know that I do. But if I see someone that I've entrusted a wrench with, and as I said, you're agreeing with a person, but then an hour or two later, you're making disparaging remarks in the quote unquote ops chat. What does that say about you? And then why should I trust you? How can I trust you? That doesn't mean
It's
that
a
I
sight
don't
to
like
see,
you
though.
as a person. Right. It doesn't mean I don't like you as a person, but I can't trust that you won't do the same to me.
I couldn't agree 100%.
And quite honestly, early on, you made subliminals. This was maybe a couple of months ago, and you questioned the exact same thing. I didn't want to believe it, but I had to go and check for myself. And I've seen that. I've made comments, um, and it continues to happen. So, again, certain things can be deemed as mistakes. I'll give you that. But if it continues to happen, it's not a mistake, it's a pattern.
Right.
Some people don't mind that. I do, because again, it's my name and my brand, and especially being an advocate for this huge foundation where you have people in Congress that are involved. I can't afford to have that. I can't afford any negativity. Now, will any slip through? Of course. Technology isn't foolproof. We see that. There are some people that can false flag and get away with it, and then you have other people that will get away with blatant harassment, fake profiles, and you have to wait sometimes for months before you get a response.
Right.
But again, if I see a pattern and if I feel as though I can't trust my platform won't be compromised, because there was a time where I saw a female that had a wrench that I know there is no way I would have given that person a wrench, especially some of the things that I've seen in other chats. So I'm like, okay, how did that happen? So now every day I have to take time out to make sure that those that I've entrusted that to are the ones that have them. And again, if I detect a pattern of behavior that looks, in my opinion, a little bit shaky, that doesn't mean I don't like you as a person. Number one, I don't know you as a person. It's the behavior that I have to question.
And you even stated
And I have to
that
protect my platform. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Jerron?
I was gonna say you even stated that 90% of the people on YouTube you don't really know them, and 10% you actually do know um, through anecdotal experience. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So I do thank you for the wrench because these YouTube streets are telling me I'm on a pedestal because of this and that. So um, I definitely appreciate the dialogue because then it brings me more of in your perspective than what they're telling me, or they call me certain names where I'm supposed to give them a rise out of it and then give them content. So yeah, I just wanted to, say I appreciate you and I do support my lupus warriors.
Thank you. And Deron, you're much younger than I. You are going to get called names if you were golden. It doesn't matter. You
Right.
can feed the masses. You can you can be perfect in the eyes of the creator. You will have people on this earth that will still dissect and find a problem with you. And while it's sometimes difficult and sometimes it can be hurtful, I'm not a man, but we all have emotions. And I can't imagine that men don't feel a certain way when they're betrayed, when they know that they've supported people and helped people eat, grow, just to turn around and be betrayed. Trust has to be earned. And I think a lot of us, at least I know I'm guilty of that. I've given it away too much. I'm still going to be kind, but a little bit more aware. And again, I have to protect this platform, especially with this fundraiser and then that false allegation that has gone out. Um, the Lupus Foundation, they're aware of it. The fundraising director is well aware of it, and she was hot. But again, anytime you see anyone promoting anything, it's just it's good business sense, especially if you've decided to donate or support to make sure that it's legitimate. And there are a lot of people that do have legitimate causes out there, but it only takes one or two people to put the tag on that it's a scam, and then you find yourself either losing support or having to clear your name. And it's unfortunate because there are people that have scammed so many, especially during disasters. They'll do GoFundMe's, or if a family member has passed away, they'll
Mm.
do that. And they'll collect all of this money, but the family members never receive any of it. And those are very hard to police because there's so many people that do that. So it is up to us as individuals, including myself. If I'm having a fundraiser or anything, please check behind it. And if you
Okay.
have an issue, let me know either publicly or behind the scenes. But I've proven my point. I've given the address. You can Google, I don't know what the number is offhand. But again, if you just look at the daggone link,
I just checked it. I already saw my
yeah,
name on there.
it's there.
Yeah,
So for someone to sit there and actually say it's a scam,
it's a joke
it's just
because
it's unbelievable. But I know where it's coming from. It's coming from a miserable individual, parenthesis, individuals who they have their own issues. And as you mentioned last night, and you weren't even joking, I'm never going to revel in someone's demise, because I actually had an uncle who literally drank himself to death. There's nothing funny about that,
right.
in my opinion. Even with all of the ugly things said and done to me, I can't do that. Now, I'll cuss you out, but I'm not going to wish death upon you, because what
Oh
my
yeah, that's
uncle
coming
went
back
through,
tenfold.
yeah, that what he went through, that I saw, the little bit that I saw my uncle go through, He looked like he was in so much pain. I could never wish that on anyone. It's a sickness.
Yeah, and when I seen, because I'm not subscribed to the Gummy. I'm not subscribed to him. So when I do check in, it really is like once in a blue moon, or the only reason why I double checked in, uh, I guess within the past 2 weeks is because um, of his behavior. And then when I seen him with his shirt off on his stream, I'm like just thinking like, at that point, you should just get off the stream and just handle your business. But I mean, that's just my perspective. Um, Obviously, people run their panels how they want to run them. Like I said, I started making content May 9th, and I'm still, green to YouTube. I'm still learning. So, um, just to see certain things and certain behaviors, I just wasn't hip to it. I wasn't taking it too serious until I seen how serious it is. So that's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the pictures, like I said, I was looking
Salute
at
to your chat.
the chest and I'm like, oh my God. But when I saw the close up on the face, and to me,
Here, this is
I
what I.
think, I really think that individuals should really try hard to slow it down.
Yeah, that live that he had warranted me to watch the video that he made. I believe it was like 21 minutes and some change or whatever. Um, and he was saying, tonight I'm going dark. So I guess at the time he was just foreshadowing his live, and that's why he was drinking, and then it led to him having his shirt off. But when I was looking at his body language, and I'm no expert or anything, I was just looking at his body language. It just didn't look like it looked like he was poisoning himself with the alcohol. But I mean, I don't know. I'm speaking hypothetically, and this is what I'm saying now is allegedly, but it looked like he was not in a healthy state of drinking. At least it looked like he was doing it for the camera, for the moment. But I mean, he said it in the pre-recorded video, so I mean, I'll grant that. That's it.
Again, those that are struggling with that, any addictions, food, drink, smoke, um, intimate relations, if you will, um, gambling. I mean, we all have our vices. I've mentioned that before, and I'm no different.
Mhm.
However, there are certain things I do not partake in anymore, and I had to get prayer for that and
I would
remain
never wish death
disciplined.
on a person. I could never do that. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, because it comes back. But again, if you are a believer, sometimes, and that also shows the integrity of people, you got to pray for them because people, again, we don't know what pain they might be experiencing. We don't know what they really may be going through offline because we do know that some people will say it's a character. But
Yeah,
if you really look at a person, especially their eyes, you can tell when someone pretty much is healthy. They may have something going on, or if there's something really, really going on. And even for those that have said the most vile things, you still should at least pray for their souls, if nothing else. I
yeah,
mean, they may even do that. And I've said that before. We don't know what is done behind closed doors, but it just, it to me, it's concerning. And that's the same thing where I see a lot of people that smoke. And this is not a shot to any of you all, but you see and hear what I go through with breathing. And a lot of you all are young. You don't want to hit 50 and can't enjoy your grands or anything like that because you're hooked up, or God forbid, you may need oxygen. So do what you like, but try to do it in moderation and watch your health. A lot of things are easier to combat when you're younger, but when you're older, trust me, because my niece told the story this morning, things change and it's a lot more difficult. The same as weight loss. That is one of the most difficult things. But you have to make, with anything, you have to start off with making a decision.
Yeah.
And it's never too late. It's never too late. And you have to program yourself to stay away from those temptations where you may fall victim to that temptation.
I agree 100% because it's definitely the small things that add up to the big things. So definitely agree on that.
Absolutely. But I wasn't going to keep everybody long. I just wanted to give a quick early morning Saturday hello, and basically the power of words and how they can truly impact one's lives. If you continue to spew toxic words and phrases, they actually become a part of you. And if you really study words,
Hmm.
you can actually chant and bring evil to you. But
Yeah,
if you are,
I agree. We have uh, just the word spelling. Through spelling, you can spell with, you can use them to spell people.
absolutely, absolutely. And I had to think about that when I was doing the spelling bee. So I said, I'm going to have to change that up a bit, even though it's spelling. The root word is spell. And
Mhm.
you can find certain words in songs. And if you just start studying words, period,
Yeah.
that's why I like to keep a dictionary and thesaurus near me.
Me personally, I am an introverted person,
You'd
so
be amazed.
I feel that I
I
would.
am too. I am a INTJ from the Myers Briggs.
um, I just feel like I just pay attention
I'm
to the
sorry, I didn't hear that
details.
last part.
Growing up and being raised the way I was raised, it helped me read between the lines. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. And again, I mentioned, yeah, I can hear you fine. Absolutely. Just again, people mean well. I truly believe that. But then you also have the people who have the gift of gab, those that have a spirit of manipulation. They will say, and they will have you so enamored that
Mm.
you gravitate towards that. But if you really take a step back and look at the behavior, it
Okay,
tells a
chopping
tale.
up, chopping up. It, all we heard was it tells a tale. But if I think you were saying if you look at the behavior, it tells a tale. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what you were saying, and I hope you're feeling better. I know you said this is part of your norm, so I didn't want to do too much. But no, I definitely have a lot of respect for you. So I just wanted to clear up the air. I thought, like I said, I thought you were having technical difficulties, but are you okay? You back in the mix? Oh well, yeah. Carl, I thought you had um been a victim of YouTube semantics. I'm just looking from my perspective. Otherwise, I hope that you're okay, homie. Um, I don't want to take over the stream, but I can't really see the comments. So salute to everybody. KYH, I can see your highlighted comment. So salute to you. Oh, you're back though. Can you hear me?
Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, kick me off. But no, I said it will tell a tale.
The
So
behavior.
again, it's so many. But if you, well, you've been around enough now where you can actually see and
Oh yeah,
hear.
most definitely. I had certain individuals who are talking about me now in my chat, so I already kind of know that they
Oh, they're
are.
in your chat.
I had some live streams in the past, and I seen the same behavior as far as people would come to my page, they would salute me, but then they would go to another page and disparage me.
Absolutely. And this is what I'm speaking about. So if you're trying to build and people look at you,
Yeah, they study you in the bushes. Yeah, yeah, homie.
absolutely. So you had to protect that at all costs. And
Hmm.
again, that does not mean you have to say, well, I don't like that person. And then other people jump on the same bandwagon. No, you have to make those decisions for yourself. If a certain person doesn't like a mod of mine, that's not going to take away from my feeling upon them. Not one bit. And it shouldn't. But that's how some people think. Everybody is individual. Everybody, they they deliver their messages in certain ways. Some are a little bit stronger, some are a little bit more quieter, but the delivery method doesn't take away from the message. So people need to keep that in mind as well. You know, if you have a problem with the person, then that's you. You shouldn't have a group of people that say, well, such and such doesn't like this person, so I'm not going to like them either. To me, that's small minded. There are a lot of people that um, don't like certain mods, but I don't have a problem with them. And a lot of issues that started on my page was because of that. And I'm like, that's crazy. And this is where, in my opinion, a lot of these little branches, if you will, have broken off. And it's absolutely crazy. And I see some of these same people um, in chats of people that have subscribed to me
Hmm.
that are sitting there pretending like they're these perfect women and they're the same ones that will congregate 2, 3 o'clock in the morning talking about people. Yet you're supposed to be married.
Right. And and I don't know if it was just the ROTC in me, homie. I don't know if it was the discipline that I got as a freshman to my junior year. I don't know what it was. I just know that I was taught early to have some type of honor, integrity, and that was all through the junior ROTC when I was in high school. So for me, I just like to call a spade a spade. When it comes to protecting uh, someone that I have a genuine connection with, um, I just try to try to be mindful first because I want to make sure I'm not prejudging the situation. But after I run an analysis and then I see the pattern, then that's when I got the hairs on my neck sticking up. So that's all I'm trying to say.
If you believe in energy and spirit and vibrations, that happens. And either you'll have those people run from you, or you'll slowly and politely back away from them.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously we are individuals. Everyone dictates their own pace. So when someone has to say that you're this or you're that, and then you come to defend yourself and then they play victim, it's kind of hard to not look like you're bullying that person. So now that I've been a content creator since May 9th till today, I I can see through the mind games a little bit easier now. And in real life, um, my father was killed by his best friend's cousin,
Absolutely.
so I don't really trust easy. I kind of am the observer, and then I'll go from there.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
I appreciate it, homie. But yeah, my trust um isn't just given out. I have to make sure in
No,
my
I appreciate you sharing.
yeah, in my perspective, the person either taught me something I can learn from them, or it's just a genuine connection. So like I said, you already mentioned that 90% of the people on YouTube you don't know, and I know we don't really know each other like that, but I do support you, and I see how professional you are, so I didn't want to take anything away from you because of my actions that I did on my own, and standing on my own dignity. So I just wanted to clear the air because I know these YouTube streets are active, if you will. So yeah,
They are exactly just that. They're extremely active. Those that are trying to promote the side of right.
yeah, you
I'm
can't
sorry, what
you
were you
can't.
saying, Jerron?
I was just gonna say, you can't really
Jerron, are
put.
you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me? I don't know if it's a delay. It could be a delay.
Because you're not muted. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I think there's a delay, but I was just gonna say, um, I understand where you're coming from, as far as the YouTube streets being active and everything is free will. You gotta really just use your own discernment.
Absolutely, because if you don't, that
Oh
betrayal
yeah,
will
the
set
instances.
in, and
Yeah,
it makes it very hard for you to trust. And no
facts.
one wants to feel like that. But again, people have worked entirely too hard for their brand, right, and their name to have it tainted by those who are set out to do just that.
Right. That is exactly right. And then when you beat these people with their own words, it's like they have a
So
hissy fit.
no, you're absolutely good. I can see that you have been loyal and working your butt off watching these people, and uh, each day, absolutely, absolutely. So each day it's like a new one, male or female, is exposed, and I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it's getting to the point where I'm limiting what I watch.
Exactly.
I'm limiting what I watch. I mean, I watch other places, especially a lot of the vegan things, and um, there is this really good channel. One of my members, as a matter of fact, brought to my attention about scammers, and it's very good. So, I mean, it's just, people are just that. You, again, you take it with a grain of salt, you watch the behavior, you watch the words, and you watch how they walk. And if something is not in alignment, it's up to you, the individual, to make your decision based upon your own discernment, not by what someone else may say or what someone else may think, but what you have actually observed and what your gut is telling you. And that is how I run this here. Again, I harbor no resentment for anyone. There are those that know that they cannot come here. But again, that does not mean I have resentment for them. You just cannot do certain things without consequences. And because you run your mouth or you've made allegations that could possibly hurt a brand, then no, you have to pay for those consequences. And even when you're proven wrong, you don't even have the wherewithal to say, you know what, I was wrong about that. Sometimes that's all it takes. But the pride and ego will not allow some people to do that because they want to keep up this image. And unfortunately, that's going to get a lot of people short. And that's out of my hands. Once you do it and I click that button, that's on you for
Yeah.
not doing your due diligence. I'm too old for those games. I don't play them.
And that's why I'll always have a lot of respect for you because I can see how professional you are.
But if you don't have anything else you would like to speak on this time, that is my message. Again, here is a beautiful sunshiny day. I'm actually getting ready to prepare for work. Those that are up, out and about, make sure you get your exercise in, make sure that you're hydrated, and most of all, give thanks. This is a new day. And if you've given that blessing, why not for a new day, find something to be thankful about.
Can you hear me?
Because there's plenty.
I don't know if there's a delay, but yes, thank you very much. Salute to you and salute to the chat. Um, and I'll definitely be getting some rest soon because I was running these YouTube streets. So salute to you,
Well,
homie.
thank you so much for that. You enjoy your day and be careful out on these YouTube streets and make sure you have your repellent so you don't get bit by any of these snakes or rabbits or whatever else is out there. I guess it'll be